Carly, and today I'm going to be telling you guys about the importance of recycling. Let's get started. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. You probably heard that phrase from your parents or your teachers, but do you know what it actually means? Well, in the United States, we produce 300 million tons of trash, not each year, each day. That's a lot of trash, and all of it goes into landfills and dumps. So what can we do to reduce the amount of trash that enters these landfills and dumps? Well, we can reuse things. Reusing means that instead of using a plastic cup, you use a mug, or instead of using a plastic fork, you use a fork that's in your drawer. That's an example of reusing, and that will reduce the amount of stuff that goes into landfills and dumps. So what's recycling? What if we can't reuse something? Well, we can recycle it. Recycling is taking one thing and making it into something else. For example, a plastic bottle can be turned into a t-shirt or even a hairbrush. Also, paper that's recycled can also be recycled to be used for other paper. So where do recyclables go? Well, they're taken to the aptly named recycling plant, and they're sorted by the material that they're used in: plastic, glass, or cardboard. Once they're sorted, they're sold to companies who make them into other things, like I said, t-shirts, combs, and a variety of other things. Each county and town has different rules for what can be recycled. For example, in Ocean County, you can't put plastic bags into the recycling containers. You also need to take the caps off of plastic bottles and throw the tops of them into the trash and throw the bottle itself into the recycling bin. Other examples include pizza boxes. You can recycle them, but if they're greasy, you have to put them in the trash can. If there's something on it, you must put it in the trash because it can't be sorted and remade into something else. You also need to empty the water bottles of water or soda and then toss them into the recycling bin. Make sure you check out your local rules to see what you can throw in the trash or recycling. Each town has different rules. So what can you do to recycle and reduce the amount of waste that goes into landfills and dumps? Next time you draw on a piece of paper, instead of tossing it in the trash, put it in the recycling bin. Next time you use a plastic water bottle, make sure you don't toss it into the trash, but the recycling bin. Keep these things in mind when doing things around the house. All these small changes can add up to make a big difference. Now I'm going to go over a few common things that you may find in the house. We're going to discuss whether it goes in the recycling can or the trash can. First, we have junk mail. Junk mail can actually go into the recycling bin. Here we have a plastic cup. This is actually recyclable. When in doubt, you can actually look on the cup, and some of them will tell you if it's recyclable or not. In this case, it is. However, we cannot recycle the straw. So we're going to put the straw in the trash and the cup in the recycling bin. Plastic bottles are easy. Like I said earlier, nothing can be in the bottle. In some places, you need to take the cap off, and in Ocean County, you need to do that. So we'll put the cap in here, and the water bottle in there. Aluminum cans, like the water bottle, need to be emptied, and then you can put them in the recycling. Newspaper can be recycled too. Now, people get tripped up with the plastic bags. Are they recyclable? Are they not? In Ocean County, plastic bags are not recyclable. And a lot of other places follow that same suit. So we're going to put this in the trash. You can also bring them to your local grocery store. Sometimes they may reuse them. Paper bags are better to use. They don't last as long in the environment, and they break down very easily. When you're done with them, they can be recycled. Now, if you want a reusable bag, make sure you use these. You can use them over and over and bring them into the supermarket and put your own groceries in here. Now, cardboard. Cardboard can be put in recycling, but like the plastic bottles, you need to make sure that there's no grease or anything else in it. They also need to be broken down. It's easier when they go to the recycling facility to sort when they're broken down. Pizza boxes are cardboard, so they technically can be recycled, but because they have grease and cheese in them, they need to be thrown out. But we're going to use pizza boxes to make a craft and reuse them. What can you do to keep your neighborhood clean? When you're walking down the street and see trash, pick it up. Take a look at it. Is it recyclable or can you throw it in the trash? If it's recyclable, toss it in the recycling bin. If it's trash, toss it in the trash can. Other ways that you can help is by using reusable water bottles instead of the plastic water bottles that you buy in the store. When you go to the supermarket, use reusable bags instead of the plastic bags. That way, there won't be as much litter. Those are ways that you can help your neighborhood and make a difference. Let's take a look at the activity that we're going to do up next.
Hey everyone, so now I'm going to show you how you can make a checkers board out of an old pizza box and some bottle caps. As you heard Carly say, not all things are recyclable, right? Your pizza box might have a little grease on it or something, in which case you can't recycle it, but we can reuse it and make it into a game so that it doesn't just go right into the trash. The materials you will need today are a pizza box, some bottle caps. Now you need 24 pieces for the game of checkers. I don't have 24 bottle caps, but I have some, so I will also be making some pieces out of cardboard, or maybe you have another type of recyclable you want to use. You could cut pieces of plastic out from something, or maybe you have a lot of soda tops you could use as one side, or we can make our own, so we'll make that work. You'll also need a ruler and scissors, and then something to color your checkerboard with. I'm going to use some markers and crayons, but you can use paint if you want, or whatever else you have. So go ahead and get your materials out and ready, and we'll get started. So first we need to make our board, and then we'll worry about our pieces. So if your pizza box is a little too maybe cheesy or greasy inside, I would just go ahead and cut off this part here, so just the flat piece. But if it's not too bad inside, you can kind of leave it as a box, and then we can keep our pieces inside afterwards. So to make your board, grab your ruler and a pencil will probably be best. I'll show you with a marker so you can see my lines, but we want to measure out the squares first. So we need 8 squares across this way and 8 squares across this way. So my pizza box is measuring to be about 12 inches across, but however long yours is, you can just make a mark in the middle. So I know half of 12 is 6, so I'm going to make a mark here. And since it's going to be kind of 4 on this side and 4 on this side, I know half of 6 is 3. Divide this half in half again. Same thing on this side, 3 inches in. And then again, we need to divide our squares. So I'm half here, in the middle of these two, and these two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 across. I'm going to make marks on each side, and then it'll be easier to connect them with straight lines. So now I have my box divided into all the squares I need. Now it's time to color it. So we have to color it a certain way, right? So you'll need 2 colors. Traditionally it's black and red, but you can pick whatever colors you want it to be as long as it's just 2. And then it's going to be every other square we're going to switch colors. So it'll be black, red, black, red, black, red, black, red. And then the next row we'll switch, and I'll show you that. Our first row is complete. You'll notice that the color you start with is not the color at the end.
Make sure you alternate your rows so there's no 2 reds in a row or 2 blacks in a row or any 2 squares of the same color.
Alright, so now that you have your box totally colored, we have to work on the pieces. So go ahead and see how many pieces you already have if you're using bottle caps. Remember, 12 on each side. Alright, so I have enough for my one side, so then on my other side, I think I'll just use cardboard for my pieces, but again, use whatever you have around, whatever you want to use. I'm just going to go ahead and trace this size onto my cardboard 12 times, color it, and cut it out. Remember, your pieces You want 12 one color and 12 the other color, right? Alright, so I have my 12 red pieces. They kind of look like pepperoni on this pizza box. I'm going to go ahead and color my black pieces black with a Sharpie. Sharpie will work on this plastic. If you don't have a Sharpie, you could always cut out paper and glue it or tape it on. Alright, so now my game is ready to play. I hope that you customized yours the way you wanted it, made it different colors or different shapes if that's what you wanted. And now you can go ahead and get ready to play checkers. If you did keep this as a box, you can put them inside as a storage container. I hope you had fun making this game. Send us pictures of your finished board or maybe you playing it at the Tuckerton Seaport on any of our social media.